You're building something, you're moving fast, and at some point, the code starts slowing you down. This is Jonathan Kersting with the Pittsburgh Technology Council and Tech Vibe Radio, bringing you 10-minute tech talks, business insights, and growth hacks for the time-crunched entrepreneur. In today's episode of 10-Minute Tech Talks, it is for founders and entrepreneurs who are doing some of their own development and wondering if there's a smarter way to build without reinventing every wheel. I am joined by Greg Lutz from Mescius, a Pittsburgh-based company that's been helping developers save time for more than 2 decades now. And in this episode, Greg breaks down how Code Clinic, a free approachable learning resource designed to help developers solve real problems, learn faster, and ship better software without needing to be an expert on day one. So if you've ever thought there has to be a better way to do this, you have to keep on listening. Let's jump in so you can learn what Code Clinic is all about and how it can help you grow your business faster.
So what I love about what you guys do is it's all about educating people. You've been doing this for a while. I just love the fact that people get people together via webinars, Zoom, whatever it may be, and really talk about best practices, being able to showcase, of course, how your tools work and so forth, but just building this community and knowledge base. And you guys are doing this all around the Code Clinic.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
First off, cool name.
Yeah. Bring your code to us and we will help fix it.
Exactly.
Well, your requirements. Give us your requirements. And
Exactly.
we will solve it for you.
Yeah. Perfect stuff. Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the background, like when you guys started doing this and the benefit of being able to provide this to anyone who's in this field can go out there and learn, participate, and really learn how Mescius can really help their lives be easier at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, so basically at Mescius, we are in the business of making developers' lives easier. And not only through the components that we sell that obviously make it easier, but we also provide a wide array of educational resources to not only use these components, but also to learn the underlying technology. So if you're working with JavaScript, Angular, React, over in the .NET side, Blazor, WPF, we provide the tools to help you get started. And so we provide a wide array of resources. So your traditional documentation, reference API. We have code samples, if that's the way that you want to learn. Short form videos for those quick, how to do this, how to do that. And the Code Clinic is basically our long form video educational training. And I like to look at it as it's very high level. It's very broad. Like you can come into it not knowing as much, and we will guide you through.
I love that.
All the details.
So you don't have to be this exact expert. You can start at this level and just start building your way into it, right?
Yes.
Very cool.
And of course, we're also trying to make them very engaging. We want people to interact and ask questions. So that's as opposed to just recording it professionally and then putting it out there.
Yeah, I mean,
not that it's not professional, but
of course, just that you can just make it approachable.
Yeah.
Make it human beings are here.
Yeah, it's alive, and
we're here to help.
It's tech people presenting these, like myself.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So how many of these do you have archived so far?
I mean, so we just started a couple years ago. We do about one a month now.
That's great. So you're starting to amass a library of stuff out there.
Yeah. Plus, we have hundreds of like the short form videos as well. So we have a great video library.
Yeah.
It's all on YouTube. Very accessible.
And we will link to that as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's because they're like, hey, I need to learn more about automating these PDFs tonight. Keep going to that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And so, I mean, what have been some trends that you've seen around this? I mean, obviously, there's key things that you did, tools and things you can help people solve, but any kind of trends or things you've seen more people really globbing onto that are like, I really need to learn this? Or
I mean, definitely, we see in the .NET space, things are moving to the web. So Microsoft has this new technology called Blazor. We're seeing a lot of buzz around that. Have you heard of Blazor?
I have not. Tell me more about that, actually. I'm curious about that.
Yeah, so Blazor is basically you can write an entire web application in C# and it gets bundled into WebAssembly.
Okay.
And then the WebAssembly package is what is displayed in the browser. So you get a rich application all in the browser, supported across all devices. I go way back to the Silverlight days. I don't know if you've heard of Silverlight.
I have heard of Silverlight, yes.
This is basically, it's like Silverlight that works on an iPad. Think of it like that.
Wow. Well, that's neat to think about that.
Yeah.
And just how far the technology has come that you can make it do that. That's cool.
That's the way I look at it. But I mean, obviously, we're also seeing lots of trends in AI. People are asking about AI and stuff like that. So, in fact, our upcoming Code Clinic integrates with AI, as you'll see, for those who want to check that out.
I'm curious about your thoughts on AI. I've actually done this myself, and I am by no means a coder, but there have been times where I can't fix something on my site or even an email, and I'll go out onto chat and be like, I need to do this. Can you write a piece of code that will make this chart like center itself. Really, things as simple as that.
Yeah.
And it basically works. But I am always also very distrustful sometimes because I'm like, wait a second, I don't really know what all is in that code that it made for me.
Yeah.
I'm just curious where you fall on that stuff and how, like, why I think it's so important that people use real tools and not just rely on chat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Where I think we think AI is bringing value to developers is really in the onboarding, the on-ramping of learning how to do something.
That's a great point. I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes so much sense. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, and that's how, I mean, that's also like when we're thinking about how we can incorporate AI into our products, it's like we want to help people, we're in the business of making it easier. So how can we then throw in some AI into that, make it even easier? Not necessarily using AI in the final product, but in the getting started. I love thinking of AI as a great tool to help you get started with something. You just want like that template. You just need that starting point, and then you take it from there. And that's where I think there's a lot of value.
That makes a lot of sense. And that's AI on so many different levels.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to write an email, that's what people are using.
That's actually a really good point. And what I'm really curious about also is, I mean, the depth that you have for being around doing the coding and being part of it, you've really been there since day one and when it comes, and now you've seen this rise to where we are with AI and how it's helping us. I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean, obviously you want to embrace all things tech, but is there a breakoff point with that where you're kind of like, wait a second?
Yeah, part of me looks at it, I try to think of it as it's just the evolution of the tooling. Like when they invented Photoshop, nobody was like, oh, artists, it's a tool that's making it easier to do certain things. Okay, but AI is still like the Wild West right now, I feel like.
100%.
So, but isn't that like how the internet started? It was like the Wild West,
Exactly. Like anything, if it starts out a little weird, there's no rules.
People start until the government tries to regulate it.
Until there's lawsuits.
Or there's people making profit off it, and all this. But
that's interesting. Yeah, you got some great insights. And so the other thing that I think is really interesting about, because you've been in Mescius for 15 plus years, obviously the philosophy behind the company's got to be something that you really vibed with.
What I love about Code Clinic is that it meets developers where they are. Whether you're an experienced engineer or a founder still finding your way through the code, it's built to help you move faster and with more confidence. In our next 10-minute Tech Talks episode, we go deeper with Greg into how AI fits into this picture, where it helps, where it falls short, and why real development tools still matter more than ever. So stay tuned, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.